Welcome to GOS Media. I'm Amber Renee. Arriving home from work on a Friday and looking forward to a relaxing weekend, a father was told by his wife that when she picked up their son from school, he was way down in the dumps, and the issue needed fatherly advice. Turns out his son had a good friend at school that was being picked on, and all the teachers were doing was giving the perpetrator a stern talking to about being a good neighbor. Worse, they also told the victim that he should go home and spend time thinking about what he was doing to make the other boy pick on him. The father told his son that he was very proud of him for having such a concern for his friend. No, Dad, the boy said, it's not about being concerned. I want to fight the bully, so he will leave my friend alone. Yep, the father was proud of his son for being concerned for his friend. But now, he was extremely proud that his son wanted to stand up to unchecked antisocial behavior. Yet, his father also knew that the best course of action would be for the victim to stand up for themselves and smack the bully around. He can't, exclaimed the son. He only has a mom, and she takes the side of the school, telling him to stop doing whatever he's doing so the boy will leave him alone. The father realized his son was correct. When the power brokers let the bad guys run amok, it takes good guys to stop the muck. Son, I want you to know that I am proud of you. And I agree. It looks like you may have to stand up to the bully. But before you go to fisticuffs, you must first use your words to try and stop the bully from hurting others. The son was truly happy that his dad understood, trusted his judgment, and agreed with the decision he made. But, in a bit lower voice, his son sheepishly confessed he was scared, and he really did not know how to fight. His father explained that bravery is being scared, but doing the right thing anyway, and that true courage exists only in the face of true fear. He also told his son that they were going to cut back on the activities he planned for the weekend and teach his boy basic techniques of fighting. When Mom learned what was going on, she was rightly concerned for her son. Her husband explained that there comes a time when there is no other choice but direct action, because evil thrives when good men do nothing. So she canceled the plans to the lake, and they roasted hot dogs and marshmallows over the fire pit. She also did a great job camouflaging her concern when around her son. Come Monday morning, Dad told work he would be late coming in and drove his son to school. On the drive in, Dad quizzed his son about the fighting techniques he learned over the weekend. Before his son exited the car, his dad reminded him how proud he was and said, do everything you can to convince the bully they can't go around picking on others. His son nervously nodded his head and started to exit, but the father said there was one more thing he needed to know. Son, I want you to remember that for the rest of your life, you must never, ever start a fight, but you dang well better finish it. Dad watched his son head towards the school with his books in one hand and the other a clenched fist. There's a high probability that many, if not most of you, are appalled by today's story. There's also a high probability that if you are appalled, you will make a report to YouTube, unsubscribe, and tell everybody how barbaric GOS is. But if you know anything about the heart of GOS, then you know our hope is that you look in the mirror and ask yourself, why are you offended? Is it easy to act offended because you live in a safe neighborhood? Are you simply providing a knee-jerk reaction based upon liberal ideology and indoctrination? Is it because you personally don't know a forever heartbroken, grieving mother of an unsolved murder because of the idiotic 3 words that allow murderers to run free and murder again? What are those 3 words? Snitches wear stitches. There was a time in our history, yes, you are a part of our history, when today's episode was happening in most homes across America. Bullies were not thought to be good kids that were misunderstood. They were confronted, offered to adjust their behavior, and if need be, removed from the mainstream. A time when heroes were valued and promoted, when predominant characters in TV and movies were not anti-heroes, but real heroes, when bank robbers weren't applauded for stealing money from the rich, but villainized because they stole other people's money. And perhaps the saddest commentary about the state of many in society, there was a time when everybody, and I mean everybody, would mourn the loss of a life, no matter who the murdered victim was, including the CEO of a health insurance company. Just think about how many lives could be saved, how safe and secure people would feel in their homes and on the streets if just the majority of us stood our ground against bullies and embraced today's grain of sugar. No man in the wrong can come against a man in the right and keep coming. Colony, we are truly swarming with protectors. Share a story where you stood against a man in the wrong and made sure they could not keep on coming. Your courage will definitely cause others to find bravery to do the same. Thanks for stopping by. We could really use your support. So, will you please like, subscribe, and share with others? Or maybe become a colony member by joining us on Patreon or snatch up some merch from our website. Links are pinned below. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Grains of Sugar. I've been your host, Amber Renee.